Society Hay was on the red carpet for the Film Society of Lincoln Center's Gala tribute to Sidney Poitier, and the stars were out. And there was nothing but praise for the man that forged the way for so many.
He opened up the whole industry. He established how high we go. And I don't mean just black kids.
This one I think is particularly poignant to him because the Lincoln Center has done so much for the arts and the Film Society, and I think it's sort of a nice gathering of his peers, and he started his career in New York, and so I think it's meaningful to him in that respect.
I think he made what I've accomplished possible.
He broke a lot of things, and he still kept his dignity the whole time, and he continues to keep his dignity. Besides, I mean, he's looking younger and younger every day.
I think he's a wonderful actor. He's forged a great career for himself and for everybody else, too.
And Quincy, Ruby?
And do you remember any advice or any insights that he gave you or anything?
All of it, yeah. He was always trying to put me on the straight road, you know. And I was always going off the road.
He's like an idol to me. I think he's definitely like a role model, somebody I look up to. Yes, he's an example. An example to reach to, you know, because of the things he stood for, the roles he chose. They were always conscious roles, you know, in his time.
He built the chapel.
Amen.
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 Oh, it means everything. I mean, every time he's on it, I should be one of the ones there to honor him. I sort of watched him all my career and just want to emulate him.
I arrived in Hollywood at the age of 22 in a time different than today's. A time in which the odds against my standing here tonight, 53 years later, would not have fallen in my favor. Back then, no route had been established for where I was hoping to go. No pathway left in evidence for me to trace. No custom for me to follow. Yet here I am this evening at the end of a journey that in 1949 would have been considered almost impossible.
He's an icon and he's a giant. You know, everyone loves him and admires him. He's so graceful and generous as an actor. I think he was groundbreaking in his work and his approach to his career. And he's modest. He's not self-serving. He's endlessly refreshing, that man.
I'd heard from other people that he'd been a big fan of my work, but I hadn't actually met him yet. And so he introduced himself, and I was like, oh, wow, all right. So we had a big talk. And the funny thing was he had just seen my acting on Alias. And that was one of the things he talked about. But one of the things he actually said, he goes, let me ask you a question. On Pulp Fiction, did you make a lot of money on that? And I go, yeah. And he goes, that's too bad. You'd make more movies if you didn't make so much money.
I remember the first time I met Sidney Poitier, and I said to myself, when I saw him, you'll never make it.
And he was one of the few people standing up, and that was incredibly brave. And he's done it with such dignity and such class that he's really an impressive man.
I accept this award in memory of all the African American actors and actresses who went before me in the difficult years, on whose shoulders I was privileged to stand to see where I might go. My love